I wouldn't even attempt to do McConaughey because there's so many good McConaughey impersonations out there. Hi, I'm Dylan Bruce. I play Bobo Winthrop on Midnight Texas on NBC, coming at you October 26th. We're actually filming season 2 on Midnight Texas right now. We're about to wrap episode 4, and we're gonna premiere October 26th, right before Halloween. We figure it's a good Halloween show. It's kind of a good show for all the supernatural fans, and we have a lot of good scares in our show. If you've never seen Midnight Texas, it's based on a trilogy of novels by Charlaine Harris. She wrote the Sookie Stackhouse novels that True Blood's based on, so we live in the world of supernatural, but it's kind of like a supernatural, accepted supernatural world where we love our supernaturals. They blend in. Midnight Texas is a place where they can kind of escape from persecution. They can be themselves. We don't frown down upon their supernatural powers, and we all mix together, and this is a little town that's very special for certain reasons. It sits on the thinnest veil between the living and the dead, so a lot of nefarious characters like to come to Midnight Texas and do bad things, but we try to protect our town as best we can. I am one of the only humans on the show, but if you've seen season 1 of Midnight Texas, you know my human powers helped save the town. I won't go into further details for those that haven't seen season 1, but it has something to do with loving a witch. Loving a witch a lot, like loving a witch a lot. He really loves a witch. The thing about Midnight Texas is we all have pasts, and we all have pasts we're trying to escape, so we've all been drawn to this little town, and Bobo's past, as well as a lot of the other characters' past, catch up with them, and we have to deal with the ramifications of our past catching up with us, but we also are very accepting, and we see good, and we know good when we see it, so Bobo, they know Bobo's character, and they know he's a good guy, and all that past stuff, that has nothing to do with who he is as a person and his character. The pawn shop's been around since, I think, the mid-1800s, and there's a lot of objects in there that have they have like supernatural elements tethered to them. So maybe like a voodoo, like hooth rattle or something that could come as useful in fighting other supernaturals. So it's kind of neat that he lives there. It freaks him out a little bit. That's why he works the day shift, and he lets the vampire Lemuel work the night shift. But Bobo season 2 doesn't only own the pawn shop. He's becoming quite the land baron of Midnight Texas. Once he beat up all the bad guys and kicked him out of the bar, he now owns the Cartoon Saloon in Midnight Texas. He hired Lem as a bouncer, and the Angel Joe is his best bartender. We still have that awesome supernatural element to the show, but it's very character driven. It's not so much a Monster of the Week show anymore. It's more of, it focuses on the hotel and what the new proprietors of the hotel are bringing to town, and what Midnighters have to face because of that. And also Fiji and Bobo's love story goes to epic proportions, and I'm really excited for people to see that too. Not from Midnight Texas, because all the props, like pretty much like they're used for something. I've walked off with props before. I was on a soap opera when I was first starting out, and I played Dr. Chris Hughes on As the World Turns, and I left with my stethoscope, and I left with my pen light and my doctor's badge, and I still have them. So if anybody wants to buy them, maybe I can throw them on eBay. I don't know. She was like, I didn't know you could do a Southern accent. And I was like, well, Mom, it's not that hard. You just listen to McConaughey on loop on YouTube, and you can make it happen. I wasn't a Halloween guy, and I've never really been a Halloween guy until I had a little baby, and now I like dressing them up. And I think before, when kids would knock at my door and say trick or treat, I was like, okay, take some candy. But now I'm just like fawning over every costume. I'm like, oh my God, it's Frozen girl, and it's you. So yeah, I think I've softened up on Halloween, and I really enjoy the holiday and how much kids appreciate appreciate it. So yeah, I have fun. And Midnight Texas is the perfect Halloween show. It just is. So I think NBC's doing us a great service in premiering us right before Halloween. He would probably think that like the guy walking around like the Ice King on Game of Thrones is probably the real Ice King on Game of Thrones. Yeah, he would probably take everyone at face value and think that there's really dragons down in San Diego. Watch Midnight Texas on the NBC app on Fire TV.